Welcome to College Sport Check Basketball for this Thursday, December 22nd. We have college basketball scores. We do apologize. We're supposed to be here yesterday. Unfortunately, it was a little under the weather. So we're here today, and then we'll be back on Monday after the weekend. Alright, so here we go. We got scores Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and some scores from Thursday. Starting with Monday, American University defeating Maryland Eastern Shore 61-58. Number 21, Florida State over Samford 76-68. Number 15, Purdue defeats Western Illinois 82-50. Marshall over West Virginia Wesleyan 81-65. Number 5, Duke over Tennessee State 65-55. Number 25, Notre Dame defeats Colgate 77-62. Campbell over Johnson and Wales, North Carolina 90-59. Ball State defeats Longwood 61-45. Cleveland State over Lake Erie 79-62. North Carolina Greensboro defeats North Carolina Asheville 75-73. UMBC over the Citadel 120-111. Wolford over Coastal Carolina 75-74. State Bonaventure over Army West Point 92-83. Duquesne State over Jackson State 74-62. Marquette over St. Francis of PA 78-65. Furman defeats Tennessee Tech 68-62. Norfolk State over Eastern Kentucky 87-80. Jacksonville over Florida Memorial 81-63. All right. Lafayette University defeats Moravian 104-67. Morehead State over Central Arkansas 111-85. Western Carolina over High Point 70-65. Sam Houston State over Randall 119-81. Number 16, Indiana defeats Delaware State 103-56. Lamar University over Liberty University 82-65. McNeese defeats Tulane 70-63. Belmont over Milwaukee 62-56. Oral Roberts over Little Rock 63-48. LSU defeats College of Charleston 75-65. Rice over Northwest State 100-63. Green Bay over SIUE 94-92. Eastern Illinois defeats Fontbonne 101-49. South Dakota State over Drake 83-65. South Alabama over Spring Hill, 71-50. Denver over Arkansas Pine Bluff, 74-52. Loyola Marymount over Colorado State, 69-66. Utah State defeats New Orleans, 76-66. All right, some more scores. College Sports Check Basketball scoreboard. DePaul defeats Southeast Missouri State 81-78. Colorado over Air Force 75-68. Wyoming over Troy 72-66. New Mexico State over UC Irvine 85-79. Utah State over New Orleans 76-66. All right. So Southern Mississippi State defeats Southern Miss 86-44. Missouri State over Chicago State 66-46. Seattle over Southern Utah 89-75. San Francisco over Abilene Christian 86-51. UNLV over Southern Illinois 68-61. Long Beach State over Masters 97-78. And then we have number 23 Southern California defeating Cornell 79-67. And those are the scores from Monday. Taking a look at Tuesday. We have Northern Illinois defeating South Florida 59-48. Monmouth over Princeton 96-90. VMI over Frostburg State 72-53. Florida Gulf Coast over Louisiana Tech 79-78. Northwestern defeats IUPUI 87-65. North Texas over Southeastern Louisiana, 71-65. Illinois Chicago over Northern Arizona, 75-65. Lipscomb over Austin Peay, 99-85. Northern Colorado over UC Riverside, 77-61. Louisiana Lafayette over Pepperdine, 90-64. Texas State over Howard Payne, 87-37. Nebraska over Southern University, 81-76. SMU over Albany, 71-53. Tennessee Martin defeating UMKC 77-66. Providence over Maine 79-59. Iowa over North Dakota 84-73. Virginia Tech over Charleston Southern 87-59. BYU over Idaho State 84-58. Grand Canyon over Alcorn State 63-53. Portland State defeats Portland 77-75. Pacific University over Kennesaw State 69-56. Washington defeats Cal Poly 77-61. Some more scores from Tuesday. College Sport Check Basketball Scoreboard. Number 9, Creighton. They defeat Arizona State 96-85. Number 11, West Virginia over Radford 84-57. Number 17, Xavier over Eastern Washington 85-56. Number 19, Arizona defeats New Mexico 77-46. Number 19, St. Mary's, California over Texas A&M CC 67-46. Number 20, Oregon defeats Fresno State 75-63. Winthrop over Georgia Southern 86-84. Louisiana Monroe over Coppin State 65-53. Georgia over Georgia Tech 60-43. Ohio State over Youngstown State 77-40. South Carolina Upstate over Florida College 91-59. Maryland over Charlotte 88-72. Delaware defeats Marist 59-56. Manhattan defeats St. Francis of Brooklyn 61-54. Northeastern over Oakland 61-59. Iowa State over Mississippi Valley State 88-60. Arkansas over North Dakota State 71-55. Toledo defeats Loyola Chicago 74-70. And that brings us to Wednesday. Starting with Chattanooga defeating Jacksonville State 73-57. Iona defeating UC Santa Barbara 73-57. Texas Tech over Longwood 91-60. Penn State defeats Morgan State 96-55. Nevada over Towson 81-72. Indiana State over Eastern Illinois 88-85. Number 5 Duke defeats Ellen 72-61. Fairfield defeating Boston College 89-83. Number 1 Villanova over American University 90-48. Number 10 Louisville over number 6 Kentucky 73-70. Number 13 Butler defeats Vermont 81-69. Number 15 Purdue defeating Norfolk State 91-45. Number 21 Florida, they defeat Little Rock 94-71. Pittsburgh over Omaha 94-75. Illinois over Missouri 75-66. Northern Kentucky defeating Brescia 97-73. Davidson over Jacksonville 75-60. Appalachian State over Hampton 88-67. Army West Point over Binghamton 71-60. New Hampshire defeating Daniel Webster 89-26. Fordham defeats Connecticut State. Fordham over Central Connecticut State 83-60. Yeah, New Hampshire 89-26. New Hampshire over Daniel Webster. Florida International defeats North Florida 78-54. Florida Atlantic over Weber International 77-57. St. John's, New York defeats Syracuse 93-60. Now that's an upset right there. Anyone who follows college basketball in New York will say that's kind of a big deal. Akron defeating UC Irvine 88-80. Michigan State over Oakland 77-65. Holy Cross over Sacred Heart 72-67. Drexel over Quinnipiac 91-74. Dayton Flyers defeating Vanderbilt 68-63. Central Florida over Bethune-Cookman 71-41. Robert Morris over Buffalo 74-71. Massachusetts Lowell over Boston University 77-75. Number 4 Baylor, they defeat Texas Southern 89-63. Georgia State over Middle Tennessee 64-56. Niagara defeating LIU Brooklyn 75-66. Number 8 North Carolina, they defeat Northern Iowa 85-42. College Sport Check Basketball Scoreboard. All right, we're rocking and rolling. Texas, they defeat Alabama Birmingham 96-60. Lamar University over Arlington Baptist 126-75. Texas San Antonio defeats Utah Valley 66-60. Texas A&M over St. Francis of Pennsylvania 81-88. Texas Rio Grande Valley defeats Wayland Baptist 86-55. Kansas State over Gardner-Webb 67-54. New Orleans, they defeat Williams Baptist. New Orleans wins this one 91-74. Houston over Liberty 77-54. Memphis over Incarnate Word 95-71. Rice over St. Thomas, Minnesota 83-63. Auburn over Oklahoma 74-70. Marquette over SIUE 89-56. Number 7 Gonzaga defeating South Dakota 102-65. And Clemson defeats number 22 South Carolina 62-60. Weber State over Utah State 77-71. Alabama over Arkansas State 67-52. Boise State over Cal State Northridge 79-62. TCU over Bradley 74-42. Western Kentucky defeats Ohio 67-66. Also, Central Michigan over Montana State, 106-103. Maryland Eastern Shore over UTEP, 71-66. Washington State over Sacramento State, 74-66. Number 12 Virginia defeats California, 56-52. San Jose State over Utah State, 92-82. And then one more, two more. Number 2 UCLA, they defeat Western Michigan, 82-68. And then Oregon State defeats Kent State, 69-50. All right, taking a look now at some final scores from Thursday. All right, we have Alabama A&M. All right, Bowling Green defeats Alabama A&M 74-61. George Mason over Prairie View A&M 75-59. Oklahoma State over Texas A&M CC 92-70. DeCoos State over Colgate 70-57. Kennesaw State over North Carolina A&T 68-60. Eastern Michigan over Mary Grove 101-48. And then we have Campbell, which defeated Stetson today, 81-72. These are the Thursday scores. Towson over Iona, 76-69. Alcorn State over Rust, 83-68. Chicago State over Southeast Missouri State, 74-65. Arizona State over Central Arkansas, 98-62. Brown over Maine, 82-77. Air Force defeats UC Davis 77-67. Georgia Southern defeats Fisk 106-58. NJIT over Dean College 92-50. Tulsa defeats Stephen F. Austin 74-51. And those are the scores from today. Oklahoma State, I was watching that game earlier before. That's the Cowboys and the Islanders. So there you go. Alright, that's going to do it for today. We'll be back on Monday. Just want to say thank you very much. Have a good holiday season. So we're here on the nighttime. We tried doing it during the daytime, but apparently no one listens during the day for some reason. So that's why we're back doing our nighttime thing. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This Friday we're taking off. We'll be back on Monday after the holiday. So have a good one. And be good, be safe. And do not drink and drive, because that's not a good thing. So that's my message to everybody out there. Everyone stay good and stay safe. May Greta come from Long Island, New York. Long Island Community Radio. This is Kyle Sport Check Basketball Scoreboard. Have a good one.